Kaan wakes, gasps, dreams shroud clings tight, sweat. Mind ablaze, he sees eagles, fish, endless sea. Visions vanish, breathless, lost in fleeting feels. A single distinct impression lingers in the silence, a whispered name. Kaan awakens, sunlight streaming into his room. The curtains dance wildly in the morning breeze, an open window the cause. A metallic tang fills the air, sharp and unfamiliar. On the floor, a glint of metal catches his eye, a Roman medallion. He stares at the inscription, Spuar, an eagle, and the words Tempus Domus Apparet. The medallion seems to hum with an ancient power. In his bedroom, Kaan clasps the medallion around his neck, unaware of the impending surge.
A sudden violent force throws Kaan backwards, his eyes widening in shock.
Blinding light erupts, filling the room and momentarily consuming everything in its intense glow. The room pulses with raw energy, the medallion now the epicenter of an unseen force. Kaan blinks, his vision clearing, overwhelmed by the sight of ancient Rome stretching before him in vivid detail. Chariots thunder across the Colosseum arena, a deadly dance of speed and skill under the unforgiving sun. Legionaries march in perfect formation, their armor glinting, a testament to Rome's military might. The stands teem with spectators in tunics, their voices rising in a deafening roar of anticipation. Awestruck and disbelieving, Kaan whispers, his voice lost in the Roman clamor. This is Rome. Under the harsh sun of Rome, dust devils dance around the feet of two imposing Roman soldiers. Lucius shrinks beneath their shadow, his young face etched with fear. The soldiers loom, their expressions hard as stone as they confront the boy. "No one behaves like this," one soldier booms, his voice echoing through the ancient street. In the Roman street, Kaan steps between Lucius and the soldiers, a defiant stance against ancient authority. Soldiers stare, surprised by Kaan's attire. "Lucius didn't do anything, leave him alone," Kaan declares, his voice ringing with unexpected resolve. The soldiers exchange glances, momentarily thrown off balance by the boy's courage and strange appearance. A soldier responds, "You're strange, but brave, child." "We'll let it pass for today," the soldier says, his words laced with a hint of intrigue. On the bustling Roman street, Lucius halts, his eyes widening in disbelief and a flicker of fear. His gaze fixes on Kaan, a figure materialized from the shadows, seemingly out of thin air. The vibrant street fades into background as the impossible unfolds before Lucius. "Kaan, where did you come from?" Lucius demands, his voice a mix of shock and rising panic. The query hangs in the air, unanswered, as Kaan's sudden appearance casts a pall over the lively scene. On the bustling Roman street, Kaan holds up the medallion. Sunlight flashes across the metallic surface. The medallion reflects the ancient city around him. Kaan's voice echoes in the street, "I'm from a time far after yours." He reveals the medallion's purpose. "This medallion bar ought me here." On a bustling Roman street, Lucius stares, eyes wide with disbelief, struggling to grasp the impossible truth. "You're a time traveler," Lucius asks, the words hanging in the air amidst the sounds of the ancient city. I think yes, I'm time traveler." The revelation casts a surreal shadow over the ancient setting, their destinies intertwined across time. Under the Roman sun, Lucius's grin is wide, his eyes reflecting the city's vibrant energy. A spark of adventure ignites within him, a promise of untold wonders gleaming in his eyes. With open arms and boundless enthusiasm, Lucius gestures towards the ancient streets. "Then come, I'll show you Rome," he exclaims, his voice ringing with youthful exuberance. Kaan and Lucius wander through the ancient Roman Forum, shadows of senators passed whispering around them. Kaan and Lucius immerse themselves in the vibrant tapestry of ancient Rome, says the narrator. They stand in the arena, where the clash of gladiators echoes through time. They wander through the ruins of the Forum, where echoes of senators and emperors still resonate. The marketplace bursts with life, a vibrant dance of sights, sounds, and exotic smells. They gaze upon Circus Maximus, envisioning the thunder of chariots and the roar of the crowd. At the palace gates, Lucius stands resolute, his face a mask of urgency and unyielding determination. Guards cast doubtful glances, their expressions a study in skepticism and disdain. Lucius's voice cuts through the air. "Kaan, we must take you to Caesar." A tense silence hangs heavy as the guards weigh the gravity of Lucius's words. Before the colossal palace gates, Kaan stands firm, his voice echoing with a desperate plea. Kaan clutches the medallion tightly, its design flashing brilliantly in the sunlight. "I need to speak to Caesar, it's very important," Kaan shouts, his voice laced with urgency. "I'm here because of this medallion," Kaan declares, holding it aloft as a symbol. The medallion gleams, a beacon of hope and a key to the secrets within the palace. Brutus appears at the top of the palace stairs, his figure commanding attention. He slowly descends, each step measured and deliberate. His eyes narrow as he notices someone below. "Stop! Who is this child?" Brutus asks, his voice echoing with authority. On the palace stairs, Kaan presents the medallion, its gold surface gleaming brilliantly under the sun's intense glare. Brutus stares intently, his face hardening, his expression a stark mask of grim determination. A shadow crosses Brutus's face, hinting at the weight of his decision. "This child is not ordinary," Brutus declares, his voice resonating with conviction and urgency. Brutus's commanding presence fills the frame as he asserts, "Come with me," signaling a pivotal shift. Brutus guides Kaan down the palace corridor, sunlight streaming through arched windows. Ancient battle scenes adorn the walls, frozen moments of valor and defeat etched in stone. Kaan observes the detailed carvings, his expression thoughtful as he absorbs the weight of history. Brutus pauses, his hand resting on a particularly striking relief of a Roman legion. "Every stone of Rome tells a story," Brutus says, his voice resonating with pride. "And every story is written with power," he concludes, his gaze meeting Kaan's with intensity. Heavy, ornate doors stand guard, reflecting Rome's ambition in their polished surfaces. Sunlight pierces through high windows, illuminating dust motes dancing like fleeting dreams. The throne room air hangs thick with anticipation, a silent prelude to power. With a resounding echo that shakes the very foundations, the colossal doors swing wide. The dramatic opening heralds a momentous occasion, the air charged with destiny. "The way to Caesar opens," the guards proclaim, their voices booming through the hall. In Caesar's grand throne room, Kaan halts before the massive throne, a solitary figure facing power. The air is thick with anticipation, the silence amplifying the weight of the impending moment. Kaan's stance is firm, betraying no hint of fear or submission. The throne looms, a symbol of absolute authority and ancient lineage. The fate of empires hangs unspoken in the balance as Kaan awaits. Caesar's gaze swept, commanding the room. He gestures with authority, a silent command in his eyes, before his attention narrows on Kaan. Caesar approaches Kaan, his measured pace echoing through the vast hall. "Anyone who comes to Rome must first know themselves," Caesar declares, his voice resonating with power. "Nothing happens without reason, child. Anyone who comes to Rome carries a story," he adds, his gaze piercing. In Caesar's throne room, Caesar smiles warmly, his eyes twinkling with anticipation for the day's events. Caesar declares, "Today is the 13th Martius, a day of victory celebrations," his voice resonating with power. With a teaching tone, Caesar proclaims, "Kaan, Rome teaches, and today it is time for Rome to teach you." Caesar announces with a flourish, "We are going to the Colosseum," promising a spectacle of Roman grandeur. The chariot awaits, bathed in sunlight, its polished metal gleaming. Banners ripple in the wind, proclaiming the start of the chariot races. A festive atmosphere sweeps through the palace grounds. Today, the great chariot races take place. A voice booms, full of anticipation. "Rome breathes there," the narration continues, hinting at the grandeur of the event. The chariot races towards the Colosseum, a blur of motion against the ancient skyline. Wind screams past Kaan as his wide eyes reflect pure, childlike wonder. "I'm really going to see a real race." Caesar's regal presence commands attention, his gaze fixed on the arena ahead. "Not just a race, Kaan. The spirit of Rome itself," Caesar declares, his words echoing with power. Kaan stands before the Colosseum, its ancient stones radiating under the sun, whispering tales of emperors. "Incredible!" Kaan breathes, his voice filled with awe at the imposing sight. Sunlight bathes the arena, illuminating every crack and crevice etched by time. The air is thick with echoes of gladiatorial combat and roaring crowds. Colosseum sunset calls Kaan back. Destiny hangs heavy. Glowing medallion, Kaan speaks. "Caesar, I must go." Caesar responds, "Every child returns home eventually, but Rome will not forget you." Kaan says, "I think my time is up." Caesar nods. "Go, child, but Rome will call for you again." The Colosseum looms, a silent giant painted in the fiery colors of the setting sun, its shadows stretching across the arena floor. Caesar stands alone, gazing into the arena, his face unreadable as the last rays of sunlight touch his features. Caesar's voice cuts through the silence, a pronouncement hanging heavy in the air. This child is not ordinary. Brutus ponders fate, Rome's new paths unfold. The scene fades as the narrator's words echo, leaving the audience in suspense, to be continued.